and good evening, everybody. I request all of you to please settle down as we're all set to kickstart this beautiful evening that lies ahead of us. My name is Ridhima Pathak. I'll be your host for the evening. And before I start, I must add that I've had an opportunity to interact with a few of you right there in the beginning. And it's incredible to see such a sharp and a very, very intrigued audience from the automobile industry. So good evening and welcome. I'll give you guys a moment to please settle down, please. Well, it's incredible to be here present with a brand that Tata is. It brings back so many memories, so much nostalgia. And I just want to add that for decades, we've moved forward together. And as India has changed, so has the meaning of mobility. And talking about the meaning of mobility, from access to aspiration, from aspiration to identity. Today, a car is more than a way to get somewhere. It's how we decide to move. It's how we express ourselves. It's how we actually connect with each other. And it's how we decide to move forward, not just on the road, but also in life. And that spirit of progress has always been a part of our journey. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we come together under this very roof as it takes a brand new form. Tonight, we're here to experience that change together as an industry. And to take us what comes next, please welcome, with a huge round of applause, Mr. Shailesh Chandra, the Managing Director and CEO of Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles Limited. Let's give the man a huge, huge round of applause, please. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to our friends from the media, the creator community, dealers, suppliers, and all colleagues from Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles. Tonight is a special evening for us as we take an important step forward in the evolution of who we are as a company. This is not simply about who we are today. It is about where we are headed, the opportunities that lie ahead, and the evolving expectations of a new generation of Indian consumers. For more than 3 decades, Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles has grown alongside India. But our story is not simply about building cars. It is about understanding what Indian customers will aspire to, working relentlessly to bring it within reach. Because progress happens when tomorrow is not left to tomorrow. It happens when it is shaped today. That belief has guided the Tata Group for over a century, and it continues to guide us as we build the future of mobility for India. As India evolved from aspiration to ambition, and from ambition to confidence, we evolved alongside it. And often, we had the privilege of helping shape what came next. The OG Sierra gave India an early glimpse of what a new kind of SUV, bringing together design, capability, and individuality in a way that was unlike anything on Indian roads at the time. The Indica became India's first indigenous passenger car, proving that world-class automotive engineering could emerge from India for India. The Safari became a symbol of aspiration, adventure, and discovery, helping define the SUV lifestyle for an entire generation of Indians. And more recently, the Nexon and Punch have become household names, earning the trust of Indian families across the country, while the Nexon EV has become synonymous with electric mobility for a generation of Indian customers. Each of these vehicles represented more than a product launch. They represented Our conviction that if innovation can improve people's lives, it should not remain the privilege of a few. Over the years, that belief has led us to make aspirational mobility and design more accessible, bring safety into the mainstream, and lead the transition to electric mobility while creating a broader positive impact. This commitment can be seen across our journey of democratizing mobility and expanding choice for Indian customers. We pioneered with products such as the Indica, which I have already spoken about. And as consumer preferences shifted towards SUVs, we democratized the segment, introducing vehicles that blended SUV desirability with everyday usability that created new market segments altogether, which are now amongst the fastest growing. We also made distinctive design and styling accessible across segments so that customers did not have to move up the price ladder to own a car that reflected their aspirations. We have always believed that customer experience should not be limited by powertrain. With India's first twin cylinder CNG technology, we broke a long standing trade off, allowing customers to enjoy the benefits of CNG without compromising on space, convenience, or efficiency. These are only a few examples from a much larger journey. Our belief in democratizing innovation and aspiration turned pioneering breakthroughs into industry norms. As customer aspirations evolve, we will continue to create new products for spaces yet to be defined, elevate experiences, and bring the future of mobility within reach for India. Our commitment to making mobility more accessible has always been accompanied by an equally enduring belief that Indian families should never have to compromise on safety. This conviction dates back to 1997, when we established India's first crash testing facility in Pune, years before such capabilities became an industry norm. It reflected our belief that safety had to be engineered into the vehicle from the very beginning, and more importantly, it embedded safety into our engineering DNA. Over time, those efforts helped establish new benchmarks for the industry, and in 2018, the Nexon became India's first car to earn a 5-star global NCAP rating. The 5 stars mattered. But what mattered even more was what followed. Safety moved from engineering discussions to family conversations. Customers began expecting higher standards across segments and price points. Expectations changed, and the industry evolved with them. For us, the real achievement was never the rating itself. It was helping make safety a standard that Indian families should never have to compromise on. That for us is leadership, not simply setting a benchmark, but ensuring customers receive what they deserve while inspiring an entire industry to aim higher. And we carried that same conviction into what is perhaps the most significant transformation in mobility in our lifetime. Long before electric mobility became inevitable, we believed it was the right path for India. Not because it was easy, not because the market was demanding it, but because it was aligned with larger national priorities, cleaner air for our cities, reduced dependence on imported fossil fuels, and a more sustainable future for generations to come. And so, when many were not willing to even discuss EVs and India in the same breath, we chose to act, guided by the Tata Group's enduring commitment to nation building. When we began our EV journey, neither the market nor the enabling ecosystem was ready. There was little customer awareness and considerable skepticism around adoption. The supplier ecosystem was still nascent, charging infrastructure was limited, and the industry faced a classic chicken and egg challenge. Adoption needed infrastructure, and infrastructure needed adoption. So we understood that electric mobility was never going to be just about vehicles. And therefore, together with other Tata Group companies like Tata Power, Tata Autocom, Tata Technologies, Tata Elxsi, and TCS, we developed a comprehensive EV ecosystem spanning charging infrastructure, supply chains, service readiness, financing solutions, and customer education. We were building confidence. Confidence in a technology, a new way of mobility, and India's ability to lead this transition. As customer acceptance grew, we expanded our portfolio to create the country's widest range of EVs, making electric mobility relevant across diverse needs and use cases. Our EV fleet has already driven over 15 billion kilometers and has helped avoid over 2 million tons of CO2 emissions, equivalent to more than 100 million trees. At the same time, we reduced dependence on fossil fuels through savings of over 12 million barrels of crude oil. What makes this journey meaningful is that we did not simply participate in India's EV revolution. We helped create the ecosystem, confidence, and momentum that enabled it to grow. Today, virtually every major manufacturer is investing aggressively to secure its place in the EV future, and there are over 30 EV models available in the country, in the industry. And as India enters its next phase of mobility, we remain committed to leading from the front, accelerating EV adoption, strengthening the ecosystem, and making sustainable mobility mainstream. The scale of this ambition reflects our enduring commitment to nation building. And that same sense of responsibility always inspires us to create a positive impact that extends beyond mobility. It has meant becoming more conscious of the footprint we leave behind, making sustainability an increasingly natural part of the choices we make. And wherever our journey takes us, we have tried to ensure that the communities around us move forward with it. Because the true purpose of progress is not simply to move ahead ourselves, but to help others move further too. And over the years, millions of Indians have chosen to make us a part of their journey. Tonight, that journey brings us to a truly special moment, a milestone that belongs not only to us, but to every customer and family who place their trust in us. Today, I am immensely proud to announce that Tata Motors passenger vehicles has crossed 7 million cars on Indian roads. This is a proud moment for all of us, but the number matters because of what it represents. The trust of 7 million customers and families who chose to make us a part of their lives. Some fulfilled the dream of owning their family's first car. Some brought people closer across distances. Some supported livelihoods, ambitions, and everyday perseverance. Some became part of moments that would be remembered for a lifetime. We accept their trust and humility and gratitude with and will continue to strive towards raising the bar. To everyone who has been a part of our journey, our customers, employees, dealer partners, suppliers, thank you. 7 million is not just another milestone, it is a springboard that launches us into our next chapter. We intend to grow with purpose and move India forward as we reach more customers, strengthen our leadership in EVs, and elevate the experience we create. But growth for us has never been defined by numbers alone. It is about creating products that anticipate evolving aspirations. It is about advancing design, technology, and software in ways that make mobility more meaningful. It is about reimagining retail, service, and ownership experiences so that every interaction reflects the same care and thoughtfulness as the vehicles themselves. Above all, it is about staying deeply connected to the lives of our customers, understanding how they are changing and evolving alongside them. Every milestone along our journey has opened the door to new possibilities, and we believe that our biggest ambitions are still ahead of us. As India enters a new chapter and we aspire higher, we must reflect on how we will connect with a fundamentally different generation of Indians. A generation that is more confident, expressive, and ambitious. A generation that is ready to go further, expect more, and define its own path. And that changes the relationship between a brand and its customer. For this generation, brands are not simply defined by what they offer. They are defined by what they stand for, how they make people feel, and whether they reflect who they are. Connecting with them requires more than great products. It requires us to express ourselves in ways that feel authentic, relevant, and meaningful. And that demands evolution across every touchpoint. Our products have evolved, our design has evolved, our technology, retail environments, digital platforms, and ownership experiences continue to evolve. And today, our customer facing identity evolves as well to reflect this transformation. What does not change is who we are, our rich heritage, and the values we stand for. The Tata name carries immense trust, and with that trust comes a responsibility to put the nation first, expand possibilities, raise standards, and create progress that is meaningful and inclusive. Today, we are giving a clearer expression to how we envision the future. For over 3 decades, we have evolved with India. Today, our identity evolves with us.
I think that truly deserves a round of applause. What an incredible show that is. Tata truly equals to trust. Well, with that, may I please invite on stage Mr. Shailesh Chandra so that we can take an official photograph, sir. May I also please request Mr. Vivek Shrivats to kindly join Mr. Chandra on stage. May I also please request the senior leadership team to kindly join Mr. Chandra and Mr. Shrivats to take an official media photograph. Thank you, everyone. May I please request the leadership team to kindly take their seats. And may I please request Mr. Shailesh Chandra to kindly remain on stage as we move into the next part of today's presentation.
So today we begin a new chapter, not by leaving our past behind, but by carrying its very best into the future. I present to you TATA.CARS, our new customer-facing identity for Tata Motors passenger vehicles. It is simple, direct, modern, and it is intuitive and globally understood. Because when an Indian family brought one of our vehicles home, they did not describe it as a hatch or an SUV. They simply said, "We bought a Tata car." Those words carried the reassurance of Tata, the pride of Indian engineering, and the confidence that the car had been created with an understanding of India and its people. In many ways, Tata.Cars is an identity India has given us. Today, we formally embrace it. The Tata name carries forward our heritage, our values, and the trust earned over generations, while the dot cars following it gives our passenger vehicle business a distinct, modern, and future-facing expression. It is a brand system designed to grow across products, technologies, experiences, and markets. Tata.Cars will serve as the primary customer-facing expression of our brand, reflecting what our identity is and where we aspire to go. Our legal entity will continue to remain Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles Limited, responsible for statutory filings and regulatory obligations. Customers will increasingly experience Tata.CARS across dealerships, digital platforms, after-sales services, brand communications, creating an identity that is more relatable, meaningful, and relevant to the new generation of Indian customers. But an identity cannot simply be a new name. It must express a deeper belief. For generations, we have anticipated where India was headed and acted with conviction to help shape what came next. We challenged convention, engineered differently, and set out on journeys when there were still more questions than answers. Not because the path was easy or success was guaranteed, but because we believed it was the right thing to do for our customers and for India. Progress does not begin when every challenge has been solved. It begins when someone has the courage to see possibility where others see limitations, and the conviction to move forward before the future arrives. This has always been the Tata Motors way. Seeing possibilities before they become obvious, understanding what customers will need before they even ask for it, and turning bold ideas into meaningful progress. We have never been content with accepting the limits of today. We have sought to expand horizons, create movements, and bring the future closer to the people we serve. And as we look ahead, India today is more confident and ambitious than ever before. Across the country, people are looking beyond the limits that once defined what was possible. They are building businesses, exploring new places, creating new lives, and turning distant ambitions into journeys that are ready to begin. For them, a car is more than transportation. It is an enabler. It closes the distance between aspiration and opportunity, between where people are and where they want to be. Our responsibility is to ensure that mobility empowers people to pursue their ambitions with confidence. That is the promise at the heart of Tata.CARS. For every Indian who sees a distance and chooses to cross it, for every family ready to begin a new chapter, for every dream that refuses to be limited by circumstances, and for every journey India is yet to imagine. There's only one promise we make, and what stands between you and your dreams is nothing. Because when India sits in a Tata car, nothing's too far.
Far. It's not a word India believes in anymore. Not in a country that's been racing past milestones for decades, turning the distance between dreams and dreamers into paths of possibility, driven by progress, powered by emotion, fueled by passion. And for generations, there has been one brand built on the very same forces. A brand that moved a nation forward. That earned its trust. And never stopped pushing what's possible. For us, FAR is engineering beyond limits. Designing beyond borders. FAR is testing ourselves so the world doesn't have to. FAR is writing our own benchmarks. FAR is turning steel into safety. Electric into everyday. Ambition into action. So when India dreams bigger, drives further, and reaches higher, there is only one promise we make. That what stands between you and everything you dream of is nothing. Because when India sits in a Tata car, nothing is or ever will be too far. Tata.Cars, nothing's too far.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Mr. Chandra, for that incredible presentation. And remember that line, in a Tata car, nothing's too far. That's the promise they're making this evening. And there's one thing that we know, that Tata as a brand knows how to keep a promise. Now, to take us through this new world that has been promised today with Tata.Cars, please welcome on stage Mr. Vivek Srivats. He is the Chief Commercial Officer, Tata Passenger Electric Mobility Limited. Let's give the man a huge round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Welcome, good evening.
Thank you and good evening, everybody. What we've just seen is more than just an identity. It is a new way of thinking about who we are and where we want to go from here. And at the heart of that thinking is a very, very simple belief, nothing's too far. This belief will guide the choices that we make, the products that we build, the experience that we will create, and ultimately, the way we work as a company. Because when you believe that nothing is too far, you don't ask, can we do this? You ask, what will it take to get us there? And that is the mindset we want to bring to Tata.Cars. A mindset that manifests through 6 pillars: performance, philosophy, passion, progress, people, and possibilities. They represent what we believe will define the next chapter of Tata.Cars. Every brand needs a distinct visual world which defines how it looks, the emotion it evokes, how it moves, how it speaks. Let me now introduce you to the world of Tata.Cars. At its core is a philosophy called parallel pathways. This philosophy goes beyond just cars. It is about ambition and aspiration and recognizing that there isn't just one journey, there are many. Different people, different aspirations, different destinations, and yet all of those journeys can move forward together. Around the philosophy of parallel pathways, we built an entirely new visual and sensory language. To begin with, a distinctive new color world with ambition blue. Brighter, lighter, and built for momentum. It is a positive, futuristic, and dynamic shade. The color of a brand that has earned its ground and is now reaching higher. Following that is a bold, bespoke typography called parallel display. It exudes confidence, is unique, and is designed for every alphabet to fit between parallel pathways. With imagery, we are introducing a new visual language and composition that is mindful, clean, and minimal. At its core, our photography is built on color blocking. It brings a quiet sense of order to every frame, helping visuals feel clear, distinct, and easy to read. The frame is never accidental. Every element is placed with intent. Subject, space, and geometry working together as a single considered whole. We move with confidence. Movement exists within the geometry and not against it. The intention is steady, controlled motion, where speed and stillness coexist without tension. You heard the wonderful music composition, which is our sonic identity. Our sonic identity is both futuristic and optimistic. It evokes a range of emotions and stays with you long after you've heard it. All the brand expressions come together to form our new identity, which will manifest across touch points in communication, in dealerships, in digital platforms, after-sale service, merchandise, events, and every interaction a customer has with us. This creates a system that is distinctively Tata.Cars, contemporary, confident, and unmistakably ours. Most importantly, a system that can evolve because the world around us continues to change, and so will we. While Tata.Cars will be the identity of our passenger vehicle business, Tata.EV will continue to be the face of our electric vehicle business as a subset of the Tata.Cars brand. Now, I'd like to take you through probably one of the most important part of this transformation, our retail experience. Over the next few months, you will see the evolution of our dealerships through a more premium and confident use of Ambition Blue, making the brand color feel sophisticated, distinctive, and ownable. An iconic new facade, a sleek stainless steel facade paired with a louvered panel, creates a bold architectural signature, bringing the parallel pathways design philosophy to life, even before a customer enters the showroom. A cleaner, more contemporary retail experience. The new environment uses refined materials, sharper spatial design, and consistent brand cues to create a space that feels modern, premium, and unmistakably Tata.Cars. So today we have introduced a new identity, but more importantly, we've introduced a new way of thinking, a belief shaped by where we have come from and designed for where we are going next. Tata.Cars, a brand built around progress, emotion. And now we invite our customers, our partners, employees, and all of you here today to enter this world with us. Thank you.
Wow, it's incredible to see that kind of detailing. Thank you so much, Mr. Srivatsa. And tonight, we've truly seen a new identity come to life. We've seen a new direction, and now let's just keep that energy moving, shall we? Because some moments are better experienced than explained. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the band that takes center stage now. It's the Indian Jam Project, and it's famous for its fusion versions of Hollywood scores. Work that has crossed 100 million views on YouTube and earned them coverage from Rolling Stone and publications around the world. They have collaborated with Imagine Dragons, and over the years, they have played more than 500 concerts, building a following that stretches well beyond India. But remember, India at its very core. What they do is simply incredible and impossible to forget. They take music to a whole new world. You may already know about it, but it's still got a little bit of newness to it. Every show is just a reminder of how far Indian folk music can travel and how effortlessly it belongs anywhere it goes. Please, please give them a huge round of applause and let them take center stage. Let those applauses please keep coming in. I think they deserve another huge round of applause. That was truly beautiful and scintillating. Thank you so much to the entire team of the Indian Jam Project. What a wonderful, wonderful evening you've laid out for all of us here. Now with that, one that moves with progress has been an evening like that. One that stays connected to people has been an evening like that. One that looks ahead with ambition, I believe it has been an evening like that. This is TATA.CARS. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is only the beginning. And what we look ahead is for us to explore the road. The road that we look ahead is for sure is ours to explore. And on behalf of the entire team of TATA.CARS, I thank you all for being here tonight and for being a huge part of this beautiful moment this evening. And with that, please join us for cocktails, networking, and dinner as we celebrate what comes next. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening ahead. I've had a fabulous time hosting this lovely evening for all of you. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you so much.